So I took that plate off and I got a bunch of mud dauber nests in there. So I'm going to take a screwdriver and a shop vac and clean that up. So I'm going to be upgrading my exterior backyard patio light to this Onforu 55 watt LED motion sensing security light. This is an upgrade where you can upgrade an old incandescent bulb fixture to this LED light, which is more efficient, gives you more light for less power. So let's open up the box, we'll look inside and see what all comes with the light. And then I'll bring you along with me on the installation and show you the tips, tricks, and things that I ran into as I was installing it, and then we'll test it out and see how it works. So here's a look at the contents inside the box of this Onforu 55 watt motion sensor light with remote control. And it should be enough to illuminate pretty much my entire backyard. Pretty impressive kit. It's got a couple of pamphlets here. One is an installation pamphlet and then a safety guide. It comes with the remote as well as a battery. I don't know yet if that's a spare battery or if that's just the battery that goes in the remote. I'll find that out later in the video. Your mounting plate to replace your existing light if you're doing the same type of installation that I'll be doing. And then there's a foam pad for a waterproof seal. And this light is supposedly rated for waterproofing in a wet environment for rain, snow, and sleet and that sort of thing. Got a hardware package with some wire nuts, some screws and mounting hardware for mounting it into the wall, as well as some additional stainless steel screws. They've got some nice labeling here on the back. This particular one is a motion sensor light, and you set it up using the remote, which I'll show you later in the video. But they've got these clearly labeled. You've got a black, a white, and a green wire. So you've got the hot, the neutral, and the ground. One screw through the center to mount to this mounting plate. And as far as I can tell, it looks like this housing that screws to the surface of the wall, as well as the three LED light groups, are all in, I think it's cast aluminum. So these are heat sinks for those LED lights to help keep them cool, because they must produce a little bit of heat. But the rest, as far as I can tell, is plastic. All of the lights are adjustable up and down, and you can move them out so you can customize it to your needs. All right, let me bring you in closer. We'll look at this mounting plate, and I'll show you something I discovered when I was checking through the manual to figure out exactly how this goes together. Okay, let's look at the plate that mounts to the wall. In the center of the plate, it has a bump out here, and the manual does state this, but it's easy to overlook. That has to go toward your plate that mounts the light. So you'll have to feed the wires through, probably feed the wires from the house through, mount the plate to the house, but make sure you have that bump out so that when you put it on the light, it slips into that little recess right here on the back of the light. And then the foam seal, I'm just going to use this outer piece. It peels off of there, and that'll go around the outer edge of this rim, and that'll form a weather-tight seal for the wiring and internal components of this motion sensing LED floodlight. Before I can upgrade my old incandescent bulb back porch fixture, it needs to be removed so I can upgrade to the new, more efficient LED Onforu 55 watt floodlight. So this is pretty straightforward. I've got a couple of thumb screws. I just remove those two screws and be careful not to drop the fixture, but I should be able to just pull that off, undo the wire nuts, and remove it. And then we'll have a look at the plate that's up there and replace the plate. Now before you do this, of course, it should be common sense that you turn off the circuit breaker or disconnect the power from this light fixture so you don't have any surprises while you're doing that. So I took that plate off, only two screws, one goes in a hole here and one up top. Bunch of mud dauber nests in there, so I'm going to take a screwdriver and a shop vac and clean that up. So after I tried to mount the new plate onto this box, which by the way is a metal box, here's the wood screws that I pulled out of it, the original plate that was mounted here, This isn't a very old house, so I'm just assuming that it was probably whoever the low-budget electrician was that installed this light in the first place used wood screws in a metal box. But the kit for the new LED security light does come with stainless steel metal screws that are made for these boxes. So I'm hoping that the threads aren't so messed up that I can't use these. Okay, I got lucky. I'm pretty certain the one I took out here was the original light fixture for this house. But I'm seeing a lot of that these days. You know, you pay for a professional to do something and it's done incorrectly. And I am no electrician, but I'm smart enough to know you don't use wood screws in a metal box. The stainless steel screws that are supplied with this LED light actually went in there just fine. I got good thread and they're holding firm up against the house there. It's actually mounted better than what it originally was before I removed it. And then I brought my ground wire around here and connected it to the ground. So I ground the plate, and then I've got a pigtail so I can connect my hot wire, my neutral, and my ground with the wire nuts from the light fixture itself. So I'll do that next, and then I'll kind of show it to you. And I'm just going to end up tucking those wires back in this hole. Hopefully that's a big enough opening to where I can get them tucked back in there one at a time. Because this needs to be as flush as you can make it in order for that light to fit onto this mounting bracket. Before you hold this new lamp up there and connect all the wires, you want to make sure that you peel off this foam piece that goes around the perimeter here and put that on there now before you get everything wired up. So there's a screw right back in here you can use to adjust the angle of the lights. You can pull these and push them and move them and set it up however you like. And there's also a screw to tighten for the sensor. I'm going to have mine down slightly, and I'll probably have to come and adjust all this just depending on how it looks. But that's originally how I'm going to set it up. Then of course take off your so satisfying plastic that keeps the lenses from getting scratched up. So I'll wait till the sun goes down tonight. We'll turn it on, test it, set it up for initial testing anyway, and just see how well it does and compare it to what that other old-fashioned incandescent light fixture on the back porch here. See how the two compare. I like it. The battery that comes in the package is a spare. The remote actually comes with a battery installed. The remote works well. It's easy to set up and easy to use. You have different modes for programming. You can set the light time, how long it stays on, and the sensitivity. And the instruction manual is pretty thorough and pretty good, covering the operations of the remote. So I would give it a thumbs up. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the old lamp versus the new Onforu 55-watt LED flood lamp. I'm real pleased with the installation and the quality build of this Onforu 55-watt LED floodlight. It seems to be extremely bright, was simple to install, good set of instructions. And if you're looking to upgrade an exterior light, a porch light, or a backyard patio light or something like that, I definitely would recommend it. I'll leave links for the light that I installed in this video. I'll put the link in the description. If you got any value out of this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more DIY home repair videos. And you can click the video on the screen now for another one of my home improvement videos. And we'll see you over there.